Beast and Clips on the beat.
Yeah, what up? Organic King of the Dot. You already know what it is. We love hip hop. Shit.
What up? It's your boy Gully TK. Shout out to We Love Hip Hop. Get it.
All right, so let's get to our interview of the evening. And we got a part 2 here, you know what I'm saying? Our first one was like
a while ago.
A while back,
Yeah.
different location and everything. You know what I'm saying? This is when we were over at Burrowheads.
Like season 1.
Yeah.
And the vid wasn't even a thing.
Yeah, like 2017.
17 or 18, yeah.
Wow.
For sure.
Yeah. So
It's been a minute.
And I feel like even with everything that's been going on with the whole battle rap scene, that it was good to do a follow up with you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Ever evolving battle rap scene.
And we're gonna get into a lot of that today. You know what I'm saying? So, with no further ado, we have the KotD squad in the building. Organics and Gully in the motherfucking building.
Hey, yo, King of the Dot. Put your money where your mouth is. Flatline 11-5. Toronto, y'all know what to do, man. Show some fucking love, baby.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, appreciate you guys, man.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for coming through.
Yo,
Thanks for having us.
it's you know, like just watching the evolution of the battle rap scene and you guys' company is just amazing to watch the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Likewise, watching you guys and seeing the steps you guys are taking to become what you guys have, it's the same journey. You know what I mean? We can share a lot of stuff in common based on, we never expected when we started it to be what it was. It was more so like, yo, let's put on for the city. And then as you start doing it, it almost becomes addictive because you're helping people and you're seeing the change that you as one person can make in other people's lives. Yeah. And then it's just like the snowball effect, you know what I mean? It just keeps going bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's all about keeping that momentum going.
Yeah. And y'all have an event coming up. Well, by the time this airs, the event will have already passed. But, before this, you guys had the Grand Prix 2020 that's coming up. You know what I'm saying? So who is the lineup, or who was the lineup that was in that? Yeah,
so for the whole Grand Prix, we've announced so far the West Coast, the South, and the North. Today we just announced the North. Off top, it's going to be tough to remember. We got Real Deal, Marv1, Sharon, Shoddy P, Jonai, Joey Gambello.
Times.
Joey.
That's just the North. Yeah, shout out to Joey, Toronto.
Yeah, we got some Canadians up on there, had to, even during COVID, or else we would have been doing it in Toronto, obviously, right? But due to the travel restrictions and everything, we got to run it in America. On the West, we got a lot of good people out there too, Thesaurus, Madflex, Caustic, Disaster, Frax, Saint, RX, Active. There's a lot of people up in this. It's hard for me to remember them all off top because, we're still in the process of even acquiring more, but yeah, there's 32 rappers in it across 4 cities across America. So we got the East, West, North, South, $50,000 grand prize. You know what I mean? So it changes someone's life by the end of the year. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, 50 grand. That's
American.
A nice price.
So say 75.
Yeah, throw that stamp on it. Mark.
Down payment right there.
That's
Mark.
Crazy.
Don't get it twitted.
Yo. So. Wow,
that's a big prize.
And this is like in the pandemic time battle for that to be that big.
Yeah,
right?
Small room battles will
be less than 30 people in each room.
Nice.
But I think that's good. That's kind of what the essence of battle rap was. That's what this whole scene was kind of formatted off. Like when we started doing the street battles, it was supposed to replicate the essence of like the era that we all came up in. We didn't have social media platforms. I wanted to rap. I had to catch someone coming out of a concert trying to do the same thing.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So like that's how I even got into battle rap, because I was a freestyler. So I felt like my only opportunity was to, almost like jump in ciphers outside shows, or just be that guy that's going to be ignorant enough to, try and get people to rap with you and turn it into a battle. But that's kind of really what this whole scene formulated from.
But
right?
there's a lot of people out there like that though.
Yeah, not no more.
Yeah, and now it's different. But there was a time where there was a lot of people, like you said, outside of the concert. You go outside and you'd see a group of men ciphering, And then one man would jump in and then want to start a battle.
I know you don't see that no more. That was used to be every show we go to. There was ciphers all the time. Now you never see that.
Yeah.
But different era.
So to be small room battles and stuff like that. But that's kind of what we're after, is just bringing it back to like that format. That like when you watch like the old battles in the barbershops and stuff, and you get like that raw feel, like this is battle rap. You know what I mean? Like we sold it as a Super Bowl for time, and we'll still be doing that in the future and stuff like that too, but we're really bringing it back to the essence, just to get raw footage, especially during COVID. You don't want to throw big crowds and be the risk taker and stuff like that, right? Don't want that on my conscience.
Yeah, so like even with mentioning the COVID, right? How has that affected the battle rap scene? Or yours, like even with y'all?
Being a Canadian that runs a league that runs in Canada and America, it's hindered me from A1 getting to America, and B2 throwing international battles, which we do a lot, right? A lot of our culture is based off bringing people from the UK over to America, sending them over to the UK, bringing them up to Canada and vice versa. So that's all stopped. Right now we've kind of been handicapped at that. We actually had to cancel pretty much one of our biggest events ever, was supposed to be happening on April 19th in Inglewood, California. And then we canceled it on March 19th once, they canceled the NBA season and everything. We started realizing, it's a little more serious than we thought. Because, up here in Canada, we were almost, blind to how serious it was getting in the States. You know what I mean? Not to say that we knew it was an issue, but, they were having it really affect them, So, we followed suit based on what was happening over there. But, yeah, we had to cancel the whole event, deposits, everything paid, venues booked, flights booked, all that. You know what I mean? So we'll see how that turns out once we try to credit everything in. But, again, we, at the time only stopped that thinking it was going to be a 2-week thing. Because that's all it was at the moment. It was like, we're going to shut down for 2 weeks, and then we'll be right back. So I was like, okay, cool, we cancel April 19th, we be right back at it May 19th.
We scheduled that and everything.
So, we still waiting, man. We still waiting. We got some crazy shit booked just for that, that doesn't even involve the Grand Prix. So got a lot of crazy shit in line.
That's crazy.
So you guys got a 2-week hiatus, and it's 5 months.
Bro, it put a pause on everything. We were ready to go. I was throwing other events. Even in Toronto, we had the GZ cards coming up, and it was just everything was just put on hold. And then next thing you know, it just went 2 weeks turned into months real quick.
And it's tough to be confident investing in anything, not even knowing what's going to happen a month from now.
You know what I mean?
For all we know, this shit could shut down again and you out your money again. But sitting around being dormant, it ain't good either. So you it's risk and reward type thing, you know what I mean? And that's kind of the game we're in. I think that's hip hop in general. You know what I mean? You ain't taking the risk, you already fucked.
So true.
Facts. And even y'all are to me, the top 3 or one of the top 3 battle leagues in battle rap.
Yeah.
Right?
Easily.
I don't care. Nobody at me. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because and I'll just say that quick, fast. We're apparently not battle experts, fam.
You're not.
No, and I know this.
The comment game already told you that.
Yeah, they hate when we talk about battle rap. We've had some battle rap post where we talked about some man getting punched in the face and stuff like that, and the amount of dislikes that popped up, as if we ain't got no right to be talking about this shit.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Right? So I just want to put that.
The entitlement in the scene is not.
I'm from Toronto. I've been to an Upwood cipher.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've been to an Upwood cipher.
You know what it is? It's when people are in the niche cultures and they feel like they know more than everyone, they like to protect that. You know what I mean? And it's almost like their cult almost per se, you know what I mean? They see someone on the street wearing that shirt, it's a fist bump between the two, you know what I mean? It's they automatically have that one thing in common that other people won't even know what that shirt means or something. And I feel like that's kind of what battle rap is. People are very emotionally invested into it like that, and they feel like,
that's their guide or whatever.
And knowledge is wealth in that game. So the more you know about battle rap, the more you have in every advantage of an argument you debating about battle rap. You know what I mean? Because if I know more about you than battle rap and you're trying to prove me wrong, I'm just gonna be like, man, you don't know shit. Right? And that's kind of the culture. So
it's good that we have authorities on battle rap, you know what I mean, so that we can get a proper combo.
We have the authorities here now. So tell us what's going on. We have the people who are killing it. So If their opinion don't mean nothing, then we're fucked.
Exactly.
They'll still find a way.
Yeah. So,
That's the way it is.
Yeah. And I asked that to ask, how do you guys think it's evolved over the years? Like the scene itself.
Bro, it's crazy. Like when we first started King of the Dot, we didn't even want it to be what it is now. It was meant to be battles on beats, on stage, and I called it King of the Dot because I wanted it like a cool competition in the city that people like actually wanted to win. You know what I mean? None of the competitions. I remember I'd win them. They were called like License to Ill, all like the Ant Mobile Battle of the Heads. It's like, man, who wants to put this as like a bio, like Battle of the Heads champion? It just didn't look cool. It didn't sound cool, But like, being 21 years old in the city and kind of just, I guess the way hip hop was looked at back then, the stigma it had, it's like no one wanted to give us a venue to throw a battle rap event. You know what I mean? So, and when they did, they were asking for like $5,000 deposits. Me being a 21-year-old kid, that shit sounded
what
like.
Venue you're talking about?
Yeah. So, that was just basically them saying no to me, when I'm 21. So, from there, basically, we just started throwing them in the street. We did, I think our first one was at Young and Shooter. And, from there,
That's probably the best thing, though.
Yeah, then over to Alexandra Park. We started doing them there, you know what I mean? Just doing the outdoor joints. We got our first venue. And then
like Vega Lounge, that one?
The Vega Lounge over in the Junction area.
Days.
We hopped all around the city doing these, right? Back when we first started, anywhere we could really get it to pop off. Yeah, right? Yeah. And then from there on out, it just, just grew and grew and grew.
Until what it is now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even like...
That's impressive.
With the size, like when you guys have already been in an evolved battle rap scene, like I'm talking URLs around there, KotD, RBE, you know what I mean? Like...
Shout out RBE.
And that's been there for a while now, that like you guys have big leagues and a bunch of different huge battle rappers. So let's say 2014, 2013. From then to like where we are now in 2020, how do you think this evolved since then to now? Since battle rap has already been a thing.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Like there's positives, there's pros and cons, I think, to it. I think like a lot of the cons is just like, it's really, I don't even know what the cons are. I don't even really know what the positives are. It's really hard to think when you put it like that, right? Like, because it's battle rap, like it moves so quickly. So when something bad happens, something good happens the next week, and you almost makes you forget about what bad happened, and then vice versa, and it's just like ever going cycle. And I think like me, I'm in a different position than a lot of people because I'm almost like, a decision maker within the scene. So like a lot of times where things are going good for other people, I may just be stressing the fuck out behind the scenes, trying to make something else happen. So I think like, when things are bright and sunny in the world of battle rap is almost when we're working, and when it's like dark and gloomy, it's when things on our side are going good. It's like weird. It's always the counter opposite. So it's really tough to say like how I think it's evolved because, I'm pretty much the person that's helped it evolve. I got to say it's evolved good because, or else I'm not doing a good job at what I'm doing, period, right? I'm pretty much dictating the course of it. So, there's pros and cons. I think like obviously, from a business level, like battle rap, these leagues were never started off to be a business. At least ours wasn't. I won't speak on the others. Ours started off as almost a passion hobby, so I think like finding a blueprint to turn something that was a passion hobby into a business and rolling out a business model for fans to be more involved, to start paying the artists, to start doing stuff that bring in revenue within the scene. Because at first it was just all about views and trying to throw a video up on YouTube and hoping people would see it. And then it started to pick up thunder, and there starts to become supply and demand around it. Battles wanting to be booked, all sorts of stuff, right? So just really creating like a business out of it and finding the right people to be involved, the people that are really there for the love of it. With battle rap, like I think like we're kind of out the scene now where like it was like everybody was a battle rapper. Like there was a point in time where it was like it got almost like watered down, you know what I mean, with all the people trying to sign up and stuff, and like just it wasn't like authentic like it was, like I said at the beginning, like it was always supposed to be like that street battle feel and essence of the people that like and then it just got infiltrated by people that weren't even really rappers, just battlers, people trying to battle, you know what I mean? So like it felt different through that transition, but I'm glad it stayed strong, and some of those guys turned out to be actually really, really strong talent in battle rap. So it's really dope to see the evolution, because it's unpredictable to say the least. Bro, I never thought it would last this long. Yeah, I remember
It's
being
like
in the
10
World
years
Rap
plus.
Championships
Almost
in
10.
2006 and be like,
You'd
how
be
many
here.
people can we relate these to where people are going to think this is funny, or what are you going to say? Like, how many times can you talk about killing this person where people are going to think it's interesting? But, you know, it's just we keep finding ways, man.
Yeah,
So,
like has battle rap bars evolved? Has those changed? Like as for guys that from the from the outside of the
yeah, like when you watch older battles, you can definitely see the difference in, like, you know, it was so much more comedy based, and you look like Drew Carey ate a bunch of blueberries and a crowd would erupt. Or if you said that now, everyone would be like looking at each other like, what the fuck? You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So like, you know, I think like, and it was much more spontaneous back then. I think like freestyles held a lot more weight, and that added a whole different thing to a battle, because, you know, people like Sherrod.
Well, let's have a rematch. I hear you do that a lot, but I've seen you verse Tay. The second time you're losing to Rock.
Could win a whole battle off rebuttals.
Off of freestyles.
Where now, you know, rounds are like 3 minutes. You're only going to be able to rebuttal for like 20, 30 seconds, and then you better have some more material to carry you the rest of the way. You know, these guys used to be able to coast off rebuttals, say a 1-2 line, and end their round. So it was it's not as back and forth as it used to be, which is something I actually think is a negative. You know, if I was going to have negatives about battle rap right now, something that we're actually working on is shortening battle rap rounds so they're not just individual. It's like a lot of people even stopped attacking the other opponent. You know, it's almost like they're going up and just rapping. Yeah. You know, so like I really want to bring it back to a competitive level. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like short rounds, focused. Back and forth. Yeah. You know, so when I have a rebuttal to what you're saying, it's fresh still. People didn't have to listen to 5 minutes of material for me to, you know, come back to what you just said to me. You know what I mean? Because that's what's crazy. People are rebuttaling and say, yo, did he even say that? I can't even remember. You know?
Yeah, because the rebuttal's taking so long to come back. Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, you know, it continues to grow, the art, the culture, the scene itself. It's a crazy thing, man. It's a really crazy thing. Yeah. You know, 2020, we still here. We started in 2000. Like, I started battle rapping when I think of it, like 2003. I was entering competitions in Toronto. You know, I was like 16.
Why this guy trying? He wears a golf shirt because he sucks my 9 iron. And
you know, so like, I started King of the Dot 2008, so we're on our 13th year, you know, and that's after my own battle rap career. Cause, you know, like I looked at this as like almost like the end of the line for me when King of the Dot started. I was like, well, what more can I do as like a battle rapper in Canada? You know what I mean? Other than maybe start my own platform and do what I did for the other kids or some shit, right? But it just really jumped into something else, man.
Now it's the next crazy. Level.
Yeah,
like, you guys have a Twitch partnership.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Twitch, man.
What does that involve?
You know, we're doing, so it's a Grand Prix that we're doing with them. It's across the fourth quarter of 2020. So every you know, we'll be live on Twitch all the time, but every Saturday and Sunday all the way till the end of the year, we'll be live doing battles, face-offs, and the tournament for 50 racks. A lot of money involved, a lot of the best battlers in the world in it, and Twitch is backing it, funding, not like funding like in that sense, but like they're helping push the narrative of, you know, getting battle rap in a bigger picture. You know, they're going to be putting a lot of spotlight and, you know, a lot of stuff behind battle rap that we've been needing. You know, battle rap's in its own engine for a long time. We've never had anybody really give us an alley-oop. You know what I mean? I've never had no big streaming company, no television platforms ever really come and be like, holy shit, you got 1 million subscribers. You built this from the mud. Like, let us give you an alley-oop and bring you into this corporate world or anything. We've never had that before. So this is really like the first time we've ever had an alley-oop in the game. You know what I mean? Or ever really had anyone reach out and try and help us or something. So I'm excited to see where it goes. Twitch is honestly right now the 15th most popular website in the world, the largest streaming platform in the world. Like, there really couldn't be a better platform for us to be on. And I think it's just about growth, you know, expanding on our talent base and everything like that, making sure that we're doing the right things for the artists, putting them in the best positions that we can, and seeing where the future goes, really.
Dope. No, I'm just saying, that's pretty sick. The Twitch, that shit is freaking. I know Guttzy got the Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what it's for the game. So there's so many people. There's millions of people playing games. Billions of people. There's eyes all over that. Like, Twitch is big. That huge. Is big. That's big.
Huge. And I mean, YouTube is just like, as time goes on, you just see like it's no different than MySpace and all these things. Like we're so used to YouTube because that was the first media platform for us to find out information. So if we wanted to watch anything, we go there. you know how hard it is to get people to watch long content? I'm sure you guys know, you know, like we're adjusted to it. Young kids these days, they're so young, used to being on their phone, 1 minute content, 30-second content, walking in between class, on the bus, on the toilet, whatever. So, you know what I mean? It's
so true.
Different game, man.
Yeah. You got to find a way to keep the people's attention span. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's short.
Yeah.
And their attention span is so flipping short nowadays. Crazy, right? It's ridiculous.
I'm even like that, though. I don't have an hour to watch, like, something these days. Like, I can hardly stay for a movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
You got to really be fucking with it.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah. Is there ever, like, battle league beef? Like you guys are on the
bro, I just try and stay out of it all the time. I feel like motherfuckers are just trying to pull us in all the time.
Because I watch these videos like DNA Tooth and J Biz and all these different guys, and they're like break down all these battle rap and these guys are beefing with this. I'm like, what go on?
A lot of it's fan driven. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like a lot, like 90% of it is fan driven. You know, like. If the other league owners were right here, we'd all be kicking it and chilling and smoking, and it's not like that. A lot of this is really like animosity built within fan bases. You know what I mean? It's almost like, I always explain it like this. Remember like the WWF and the WCW era?
Yeah.
Exactly the same. You know, you got two people that really believe in like this side and people that really believe in this side, and when they clash, it's like, even though it's wrestling and it's both great, it's like we don't fuck with it. You know what I mean? And they try to create this whole like, but our guy, and you know, I guess it's good for the sport because I think like, you know, it helps create storylines and narratives. I think just people take it a step too far sometimes and start
way
like
too far
digging into it and you know, creating like narratives in their head that just don't really exist. You know what I mean? And they don't understand they cause like real life business problems or real life issues with people when, you know, if they just stay quiet and let stuff play out, like the long-term vision would have been better for everybody. You know what I mean? But it's tough, right?
It be like that, yo.
Just trying to stay out. Like,
a lot of people treat it like a race. You know, they feel like you got to be the first one to win or something like that, and it's not really like that. I always try and just look at other cultures or other businesses that have the same. Like you look at, like, for example, racing, NASCAR and F1 can coexist and be totally different. You know, both have their own separate fan bases and still make money off racing. It's about who gets to the finish line quickest. You know, so I think there's like avenues to have like all different sorts of fan bases within battle rap, and that's what I think like the beautiful thing about it is. You know, like you can have on beat battles, a cappella battles, 2-on-2 battles, female rap battles. Like there's really all different sorts of battles. You know, there's all sorts of stuff. Like, and that's why we even had like when we first started, we were doing like what was really big for us was beatbox battles.
Beatbox,
you know, and it's such a universal language. You could be from Korea, Germany, Canada, you all understand it. It's the same language.
Just two people beatboxing against each other.
You know, so it doesn't matter what language you speak. Once you beatbox, it's all the same.
Battles are dope.
That's some of our highest viewed stuff, you know, from back in the day. But
even like some of these battles, like the level of battle that we see on the channel, right? For example, like okay, give us the steps on what it would take. Is your mic loose?
No, it's good. I'll fix it.
Okay. For example, like a battle like a Mickey Fax and Daylyt.
Brought the Skyflow thing, I inked the universal round for our arrival.
Or like a Cortez or Daylyt, right? Those are like huge names in the battle game, right? What are the steps that it takes to get like a huge battle like that together?
I mean, A1, developing relationships with the people. I think that's first and foremost important. You can, you know, have all the money in the world, but for people to take you serious and want to do well on your platform, I think like they need to have like first respect for you. You know, like and then just, you know, building with them, kind of finding out like where their vision is, you know, what they want to do with themselves, where they're at in their career, and kind of just see what their goals are and align them with ours. You know, like, look, this is where we see your vision on messing with us, and we want to just align our visions together and complete your goals with us at the same time. That's really it. A lot of it is like, you know, battle rappers aren't overly picky with who they battle because, you know, eventually you guys are all going to run into each other, you know what I mean, if you're busy on the circuit. So they're pretty open to it. I think, like, you know, we're in a different position than a lot of other leagues. You know, I feel like because we're one of the first ones, we kind of got like how would you say it, like you know, like an OG status, so it's easy for me to call people. They're excited to get the call from King of the Dot, where like, you know, a smaller league would have much more difficulty doing this. You'd almost have, like I said, develop their respect and make them know who you are, and a lot of them won't want to do it because they're going to be like, well, I want more, because what do I benefit from going over here? You know what I mean? So I think that just becomes different. It's really all about personal relationships with people, man. You know, you develop the relationships, anything's possible. You know, and that goes for everything. You look at that in all competitive sports. You know, Mayweather going with Heyman over relationship because, you know, he got treated better there, you know, so it's really just about that.
Well, there's definitely a lot of Pollies, right?
I like how you threw in that little boxing.
I'm a big boxing fan.
I know that.
Well, these guys, they go to different leagues, right?
Yeah, and that's what we're doing, the boxing thing too.
Right? Sometimes they're with Don King, and the next thing you know, they're on fucking, what's his name? De La Hoya's thing.
Yep. Golden Boy.
You know what I'm saying? They're like, nah, Don King wasn't treating me right.
On top rank.
So quick question on boxing. Mike Tyson and flipping
Roy Jones. I mean, it's Roy. If it's happening at heavyweight, Roy Jones is crazy. You know, like Roy Jones was the best in the world when he was fighting at 185, one of the most, like, you know, monolithic fighters ever. So was Mike Tyson, but once Roy Jones started going up in weight, that's when you started seeing the L's. You know, and yeah, Mike Tyson's a different beast. How can you ever go against Tyson? Still? You know, like, that's I grew up watching those.
It's not looking nice. It's
you don't want to stand in front of that.
And Roy Jones been like knocked out recently. You know, like he got knocked out like 2 years ago. He got slept bad. So, you know, his jaw's already not, you know, because that's really how it is in fighting. You notice that. It's like once someone gets knocked out once, they're prone. It's like once that light gets switched on, it's like it can go on again much easier, you know. So
I like the light switch today. Once that light gets switched, it's so true. It's so true.
And even like with the politics and the battle shit, right? Like, I was on this page, hiphopisreal.com, right? I was watching this.
Heavy bags.
You know this page I'm talking about?
Yep.
They're talking to Daylyt on this thing, right? He's on a windy ass background, right?
If y'all ever want me to see, if you ever want to see me on any of them platforms, I need at least $4 million.
The man says, what does he say here? He's never battled in KotD or RBE ever again. Something about the back ends, and now he needs $4 million to do his next battle. That's including back pay from before from battles that he feels he should be getting paid for. So what are your opinions on that? So now that we have KotD in the building.
Battle rappers are going to say what they want in interviews and stuff like that. I think personal relationships with them are different. Daylyt is definitely a different subject on hand. You know what I mean? Check his track record. You know, I've always had good dealings with him, to be honest with you. You know, maybe he'd be on a different path right now in his life, in his career. So be it. Any issue I really had with him was good. So, you know, I got really nothing negative to say about him. But that's kind of just it. Certain people, it's like you said, it's politics. People just trying to maneuver through the game, get in better positions, doing what they got to do. You know, it ain't like nothing personal with that. You know? People are going, like, you know, and as artists, like, it's not wrong for them to do stuff to try to, like, you know, better their position or obtain more value from their position, or do stuff to bring and raise awareness of how to get more value of their position. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of them do that. So I'm not one of the ones that get mad at that, though. You know what I mean? Is everyone has the right to fight for if they feel they're entitled to more. So be it. You know, I can't put a value on anybody, right? I can only say what we have to offer, and you're gonna tell me what you feel you're worth. If we can come to an agreement, we good. If not, we still homies. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna make it work one day.
You do you, I do us.
What's the biggest bag that like a battle rapper has ever received right now, or have you guys even paid to a battle rapper?
I mean, me, I'll straight out admit it was Canibus back in 2012.
Many fucking rhymes. You can't memorize all that shit. I'm not a good freestyler.
Classic, but bro, that put me in such a bad financial position at a young age, man. Like, that shit
was a stressful day, man.
Bro, that shit fell apart. Like, I'm talking, like, everything fell apart on that, man. Like, you know, like, bro.
So how much was Canibus?
I think we paid him, you know, I think I'm pretty still sure I'm still NDA'd, so I'm just going to say around, like, you know, it was in a low two figures, but, like, you know, a mid-low two figures, below like, you know.
I think I'm still NDA. That's how you think I am?
Not two figures, but, like, you know, 5 figures type shit, you know, but, like, you know, around there.
Okay.
But I mean, that was back also before battle rap was really even a revenue stream. You know, we did that. Like, that's such a funny story I gotta tell one day. It's such a long story I gotta tell. But like, we never originally booked Canibus. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was helping a friend who booked Canibus that just got in a position that they weren't able to make the deposits anymore.
And sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
This is the classic Canibus when he pulls out the
notepad.
Just for people who don't know.
So we ended up inheriting the contract, and you know,
that's crazy.
Went through hell to throw an event. Never threw an event in America before, so it was our first event ever throwing in America, bro. We were doing it in Los Angeles. Like, yo, we just got tapped on everything. The venue hit us with like a $15,000 bill because we didn't make enough drink sales. Like, you know, like just like young mistakes that you just did. Hope because you know we're from Canada, so when someone tell you like, oh, you have a $8,000 bar minimum, I'm like, bro, I'm throwing an 8-hour event. Like, that ain't nothing for me. Then you go to the States, they don't drink like we do up here, man. They're just all smoking weed all day. So the guy's like, yo, you only sold like 1,200 in drink sales. I'm like, no, you got to check that again, bro. You know, like we do this much. And he's like, welcome to Cali. And I'm like, oh shit, you know,
I don't want to drink that much.
That's all they do.
So you know, right there, you know what I mean? So we were just getting like tagged everywhere at that event. So like, you know, like I said though, you got to live and learn. You know, that could have been the end of it, but maneuvered, found a way out, found back, and but you learn through that shit. I always tell people my probably best lessons always came from my biggest losses, man. You know, always. As long as you can make it out of it somewhere else, you're definitely gonna learn something. And if not, you're definitely gonna learn not to fucking do that again. You know what I mean? So
that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, that's crazy though. That battle's epic though.
Yeah, now in the grand scheme of things, I'm happy it happened. Maybe not the way it did, but like, you know, I regretted that shit for so long.
Bro,
it
just pulling out the rhyme book was the best thing that could have happened. That was the best thing that could have happened. At the point that the battle, at the way it was going, it was just like...
You know, shout out Canibus though, because a lot of people think we have like this like crazy beef with him because he did that, but like... I got when he pulled out the notepad, it wasn't to like disrespect battle rap or anything. It was really because he was like, well, you guys paid me this much money. Like, I don't want to just choke on you. Like, you want to hear the bars?
You want to get the bars off,
So we were like, you know, and I let him do it. But I just felt, if I didn't know it was going to be like that big of a moment. I don't know. I think like, I didn't really know what was going through my head, but that shit hit CNN.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that was on CNN that night, man. I was like, yo, that's crazy.
That's an epic moment in hip hop history.
I remember not knowing what. I remember looking at you like, what's going on right now?
Yeah, it was so weird,
but you could tell he genuinely wanted to rap. He wanted to show everybody. He's showing the pages and shit. But it was just kind of
everyone was just booing him and yelling at him and started throwing shit, and it was ugly.
That's crazy.
You know, and then he grabbed the mic to yell at the crowd, let them know that he was just trying to explain what he was trying to do, but you know, it was almost like too late at that point because everyone was just like, yo, you're supposed to be like in the battle rapping, not like talking to the crowd on the mic, you know? So it got ugly, but you know,
that's epic though.
Classic shit.
That is classic.
You know how that shit really even like, I think the only reason why we went through with that is because, you know, coming up in the early 2000s, you always hear when you rap or anything like, yeah, you good, but Canibus is better or Eminem is better and shit. So there's like, it was really a chance to play Mythbuster. Like, yo, everyone says Canibus is the best battler ever. He beat this guy. It's like, we're going to be able to get him on camera for the first time ever. Like, this is worth doing. You know what I mean?
It is.
And that was our outlook on it. And now looking back, I'm glad we did because it was crazy. You know, and a lot of people don't understand. Like, at least for me, Canibus was like fucking like the greatest thing ever when I was coming up. Like 2000 BC.
Was so dope.
Yeah, 2000 BC, like that whole album, everything like that was so big in my life. So like, you know, being able to, you know, play that role in that back then, it meant a lot to me. And then just like, I think like the whole surrounding of that, like, you know, we had like, you know, DJ Ski, Twin from Infamous, Mob, Alchemist, a whole bunch of people just come out and support, you know what I mean? So it was just cool, like I said, on a networking level, just like branching out with all the California people like that, and even just, you know, being from Canada, going to California and having those people come out and support you and shit like that, it meant a lot at that age.
It's an amazing look. Yeah. And the last time that we spoke years ago, there was three of y'all, right? Bishop Brigante was in the building.
Yeah, shout out Bishop.
Yep, shout out to Bishop. And we did a solo interview with him, and you know, he had positive things to say.
Within a company.
Right.
Because I fix it within the company, it may be biased.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But I had to fall back because I just need to grow.
You know what I'm saying? And he gave his side of why he left KotD. I don't know if y'all seen the interview. Y'all seen that interview? Yeah. Okay, dope. Give me your side of why you feel Bishop left.
Man, Bishop, just journeys in life, bro. Bishop was just at a point where he wanted to explore other things, and he's doing very well at the other things he wanted to explore, shop the ends and his clothing and everything like that. But that's really it. Just focus, doing things that kind of benefit him more. Battle rap, I think a lot of people misconstrue what battle rap is. It's a long, enduring job with very minimal rewards. The rewards are basically like props and thank yous and shit like that. On this side, you know what I mean? Things can go well sometimes, but for the most part, you got to book like 16 rappers for events, and you know what I mean? Like, they're not
a lot of logistics.
Yeah, it's a lot of logistics, right? So it's a lot of work, and it's a very thankless job, bro. Like, the people like us that stick through it, man, we go through tough times, man. It's really, you got to have like tough fucking skin to make it to the battle rap world. There's been thousands of leagues, and literally like 3 still exist. I've pushed through from the beginning, right? So Bishop's been in the battle rap world longer than I have. He was back. He was someone I looked up to when I came up. He was an OG to me. You know what I mean? He hosted and judged some of my first battles ever. The Cray Fest, the Ant Mobiles. The Mark Echo Fest, things like that. So we have a long history, and that was like the whole reason I'm bringing him on board with King of the Dot and everything is because it's just like it's a city thing, it's a Toronto thing. So shout out to him. He's always the homie, but sometimes journeys you gotta focus on himself too, right? And battle rap is focusing on a lot of other people and not yourself. So
what's the craziest thing you ever seen in a battle? In one of y'all battles, KotD battles?
Shit.
The Notebook was definitely up there.
You know what's funny though? I always laugh at because he's popping up all over all these 6 pages lately.
Hamilton.
Remember Cha-Cha? You guys know Cha-Cha?
No.
Oh, he's like
His
a
video just
Toronto
popped up
rapper.
on, Keep 6.
Yeah, and all these videos, but he just kind of jumped in the middle of a battle and started rapping for his friend when his friend choked, and we were just trying to tell him like, yo, it don't work that way.
At first, I thought
he just didn't care.
I thought it was a part of the thing.
He just kept rapping.
His virgin choked, so to save his virgin's face.
And it was a stage battle, so his virgin choked on stage, and he jumped up on stage and literally like pushed his friend out the way, and he's like, "I got this," and just turned around and started rapping at the guy. Yo, everybody was so confused. I started laughing because I was like, "What the fuck is this?
What the fuck?"
So like that shit was funny. You know what I mean?
Old video.
There's been a lot of shit. What about even at Blackout 5? We had the guy jump on stage in the middle of the Hitman.
But when I say I shoot the trait,
And Shoddy horror battle, just to yell out. I think he yelled.
Kill strip or something.
Yeah, yelled out.
Is that the one that Drake was hosting?
Yeah. And then like everyone, so there's been some people that just kind of like, I guess you would say it's like, I guess every big thing got him. It's like anything like sports got fucking streakers and shit, and we just got people that just jump in the middle of battles
and decide they want to rap.
They want to drop their fire. They got hot fire. They got to get it off their chest.
I just tell this
man, get off their chest.
Tell people do it with caution because there's a lot of motherfuckers that are gonna throw fists and kicks your way when you jump in that shit,
bro.
Man. Oh yeah, bro, and you're fucking up a lot of people's money when you're doing that, and you're fucking up shit people put.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? You're just pretty much green lighting yourself in a room full of like 200 people. So do it on your own terms.
Wasn't a smart move.
No, that's definitely not a smart move. No. So the guy jumped on stage with the security guards, obviously escorted him off the stage.
No, he
battle rappers pretty much escorted him off stage.
The security guards didn't even get that chance.
That's crazy. I was trying
he didn't
to
get to say much. Kill strip and it was done.
Yo, that's crazy.
That's nuts.
There was another thing that I was watching. Oh, actually before that, Caffeine.
Yeah,
that's a big thing that's going on now. Speaking of Drake, right?
Yeah,
he's in collaborations with that.
Yeah,
and they got to deal with URL.
Yeah,
what do y'all think of that approach?
It's dope. Yeah, I think that's what's funny, man. A lot of people expect us to like almost, and I'm not saying you guys. I think like a lot of people in the world, like, oh, you guys must be like upset that URL got this deal. It's like, this is so good for battle rap, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Why would you be upset?
People just think because it's not you think that like you're gonna be like spiteful or something like that. But anytime I see something grow, I've like, look, we've been in this long enough that if you're gonna get mad at someone's growth, you're hurting yourself. You know what I mean? You gotta really learn to train your mind to be like, if they can do it, it's possible, or anything. So anytime I see battle rap growing anything, I actually get happy, because we've lost leagues and we've seen, you know, what happens, like the negative effect from it. Like, you know, when a big UK league, Dope Flop, fell, you look at our UK viewership, it starts dwindling over time, because there's no one over there keeping battle rap alive anymore, which really leaks over to our scene and the viewers, because they find out the UK battlers and they're like, oh, but the American scene or the Canadian scene. So you start seeing like small, you know, portions of the scene starting to be removed and hurting it. So anything like that, bro, that helps battle rap grow, can bring in new viewership, it's good, because it's really just helping provide more opportunities for more up and coming artists. Like, this really ain't about us, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're just really the people trying to make it happen, you know. But it's really, the focus got to be on the rappers and the opportunities that are available for the rappers. So if I'm gonna be upset at this, then I shouldn't even be in the position I'm in, you know, because anything that's good for the rappers has got to go for battle rap,
good for
the
scene. Exactly. No, that's so true.
One thing that's good for that one league is gonna help the whole scene,
bro.
That's why people were painting this picture of something that it wasn't, but it's like, we knew, like, this is great for the culture. Like,
and we were working for the same thing at the same time. Yeah. You know, like the deal with Twitch, we've been working on since long before they got theirs, you know, and I'm sure they were working on theirs long before it was announced. So these are all like things, and it's like I said, YouTube is just like kind of a dying platform. So I think like, it's not to say it's dying, but it's not growing anymore. You know what I mean? It's not picking up the young kids. They're not jumping on there to watch stuff because they got their phones and Instagram and like whatever there is these days, Twitch and you know, or sorry, TikTok. I almost said Vine. But you know, that's where it's at. So I think like a lot of the streaming platforms and YouTube got demonetized heavily. So battle rap took a fucking big hit with that, right? Like when all that Cambridge Analytica stuff with Facebook and all these like started realizing about monetizing, like anything with swearing, violence, or acts or threats of violence started getting hit with lower priced ads, you know what I mean?
Wow.
So, you know, or you just don't, you know, and a lot of the time, bro, you know, we have, I think like, you know, 1,400 videos on our channel, and I think like 800 of them right now don't even have ads running on them because they've just been demonetized and rejected by YouTube. Like, we can't put ads on this content anymore, you know what I mean? But it's like, in 2012, they would throw ads on it all. So weird, you know, but that's what I mean. Like when you ask what's changed in 2014, it's changing the business model, because things like that have changed. Having to go straight from being a YouTube platform, changing it over to a pay-per-view platform, changing from a pay-per-view platform now over to a streaming platform. You know, because we're going to be streaming all these for free now.
Yeah, because I was going to say, you guys were doing the pay-per-view before, and now...
So now these are for free. Every week we'll stream it for free.
Sign up, by the way.
So like a battle like
/ King of the Dot.
Yep, sign up.
Like a battle like you guys have like...
sorry to cut you, but
go.
So for the Twitch thing, because you don't have to be playing a game, or it's like a website, right? It's like a viewing platform. Because I know I associated with the video game, right? So playing video games and shit, but you don't have to. You can just go and watch the battles. You know?
Yeah. And the platform's for like everything. Like they got people that teach people how to like do it yourself. Home stuff, like, you know, it's literally YouTube just focused on live, right? So they're not really worried about post-production content. It's all about the live content,
So it's live in your face, right?
Academics is on there. They're gonna be doing. He's on there heavy. They're gonna be doing concerts coming up for like the pandemic. A lot of them are gonna be on Twitch. You know what I'm saying?
That makes more sense.
You know what I'm saying? There was another thing there I was seeing here. You all were supposed to have a barbershop battle. Right?
We've done a couple.
Right. So why am I seeing on this thing there another page, correct? Because you know there are all these pages on YouTube that have all these commentaries and things like that, right? They said the battle was canceled due to cultural appropriation. One. And an issue,
I thought was funny myself.
Right? And an issue with a rapper named Avocado.
You have some racist battlers on your league. I'm talking outside of battle rap, and I'm talking about them using little slurish lines.
Yeah, Avocado's actually he's a production member.
Right. So give me your side of the story.
I'm not sure. Like, sorry, say that again. What was the first part of that?
So before they said the barbershop event was canceled.
Yeah, we've done a couple. We just haven't released them on YouTube. The people like to this is what I was saying. People like to push narratives and stuff like that. I'm not gonna excuse the other situation because those two are very separate. You know, the individual and why we haven't released those battles. Literally nothing to do with each other. We're just, we're building up a format right now, and like what we do when we build up formats is we throw a bunch almost as pilots. You know what I'm saying? Because we understand, like, if I start releasing barbershop battles and they're not up to par, it's not going to make a bunch of rappers be like, damn, I want to take part in this. So we're going to throw a bunch until we get the strong ones, release those first, and everyone's going to be like, oh shit, this is something I need to be a part of. It starts to create the demand for it, and then we have the rollout on bringing it all in. So that's literally what we're doing with the barbershop stuff. We had one 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Just in Mississauga, we did one.
Yeah, with Joey Gambello and Chrome.
Shout out to Joey.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, we're active on them and stuff like that. Battle rap's a funny world, bro. You're gonna read a lot of funny stuff.
That's why I hardly even go on there anymore, because it's like you see shit every day. That's just really, I don't even know how they come up with
push the race agenda in battle rap, man, because it's a big issue, obviously, in America. You know what I mean? And I think like a lot of battle fans, because battle rap is, built off like instinctively off insults. Fans think that it's okay to be that outside of the battle. You know what I mean? Like they'll just tweet you like, yo, what's up, fucking whatever, and say whatever they think's funny. But it's just like, bro, I don't know you like that. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like,
go too far.
Yeah, there's like a line in the sand where that creates this like divide because people don't know to respect certain barriers and stuff like that, bro. They like to be on edge because they can hide behind a computer screen, or they're never gonna show up to an event, and they like to be like, the guy in the forum that causes all this shit. So we deal with that stuff all the time, bro. Like,
crazy in the forum, but nice in person.
Yeah, but I think it's part of it, man. So it's good to address it and go forward with it. We're actually having a panel tomorrow on, race relations discussion and uniting like a whole culture. So we got like all the league owners, like myself, ARP, Epto, Shadi Hora, Asino, a whole bunch of people like, from like Latin America, Germany, Tier Star from Germany. Got like a biochemist that's got like a doctorate and just gonna, mediate and have like a good cultural discussion on that to try to educate the fan base a little bit more.
That's dope.
So trying to do our part, right?
Yeah, that's sick. That's sick. Last couple questions here. Give us some of the struggles that y'all may experience, like having such a big YouTube channel, because like y'all are almost at 1 million subscribers right now. And you mentioned some of the demonetization of videos.
Demonetization is the biggest one, right? Like, especially because our content is so vocal based, and I'm sure you guys deal with it too. Swear words get picked up in algorithms, and you hit with that. So a lot of it is that. There's times we throw whole events and nothing gets monetized from it. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, why am I even on YouTube anymore? What's the point of this?
Why am I even on this platform?
And that's what's kind of, they force people's hands to start looking at different avenues, because you're not just going to stay with someone that's abusing you per se. You know what I mean? When you're doing something, I'm bringing people to your site to watch this content. They're logged on and you're not going to give me anything back in return for that. You know what I mean? It says there's 1.6 million people logged on to watch this on your site. Like, how are you going to, you know what I mean? Like that's a big number.
And they are running ads.
Yeah. They won't run ads on it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you're still bringing value to their website. Like, you guys got to know, like, data is valuable. You know what I mean? Being able to bring 1.6 million people to your website. Anybody will pay for that. I'll team up with a cannabis company and to bring that type of traffic to their page. So you know what I mean? Of course. So like YouTube not trying to do this with artists and trying to really like cut people down and limit your freedom on what you're able to do with your creative expression and stuff. It's going to be the end of them, man. It really is, because that's what YouTube was.
They are censoring people.
That's it. They are censoring people. Yeah, you were able to be.
I'm sure you guys see it. You guys all the time.
We've been affected by.
Oh yeah, you guys dealt with it already.
We've been affected by that with YouTube.
Yeah. Revenue streams go down when they demonetize a bunch of the videos.
We had a problem. I remember back.
That's what I'm saying. They took our page.
And we almost. And this is, remember, I messaged you because I thought I would be able to try and help you, because we had a similar situation where we got filmed by MTV, and then MTV gave us the rights to upload the footage that they filmed of us. Like, you came to my event and filmed me in my event, and then we just uploaded the clip on our channel to be like, look, MTV was here. 2.5 years later, Viacom, boom, boom, 2 strikes, 1 strike away from losing our whole channel.
Wow.
We're on fucking, you know what I mean? And it's like, yo, you guys came to our shit, filmed our shit, we allowed you to use it, and now you're gonna attack us for it. It's like, imagine us, it's like us going at them for copyright 2 years after they ran our show or something like that. It's just like,
that's basically that's kind of what they did to us.
Yeah,
that's disgusting. Yo.
Yeah, they just shut us down. Like, yo.
It's not like someone working for Viacom. It's literally they just ran the algorithm that day, and because they have that in their media catalog, it hit it, and then you gotta fight with them to get it removed and all that shit. And
it's a mission,
you know. And yeah, you guys see what it's like to get a hold of them, man. It's a nightmare, bro. Even with 1 million subscribers, right? Like they got so many people now on the platform that have that mass growth,
millions.
You know what I mean? So it's tough to be like, hey, I got this. They're like, well, so do all the other people in line.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
Nuts.
Last question for both of y'all. Top 3 battle rappers in battle rap right now.
That's such a tough question, man. Shit, man. Yeah.
No bias to KOTD. Like, not like taking, your own battle rappers in mind. Like, just period.
Right now, active on the scene, Pat Stay for sure. I mean, Pat Diz and Sharon are always such a given for me. So I'm gonna leave them out of this one because that's always my answer. You know what I mean? I like outside of King of the Dot. How would I answer that? I like the 3 battlers. I like outside of King of the Dot. I like New Jersey Twerk.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I think Twerk is super fire. I think he's probably actually one of the best up and comers to come in battle rap in the last couple years.
Twerk is fire.
I really like Chef Trez. You know what I mean? I think he's super fucking fire as well. You know, super innovative with freestyling, stuff like that. If you guys haven't seen his battle with Sharon, you should watch that. It's unreal, man. They just do a 4th round where they just do 4-bar trade-offs, freestyling. And it like really brings back like battle rap, like the old battle rap feel, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that shit's really dope. Who else? Who else do I watch?
I like Ryder.
Yeah, Ryder's fire.
Ryder's sick. I like him a lot. Right now,
Show Off is another one I really like.
J Murder.
Yep.
There's
a lot, right? Like it's funny, man, because I enjoy watching a lot of the up and comers more than the big names. I think like there's a little different entertainment value in it for me, just to see if they can like overcome or become better, or seeing like their growth. Where the big guys, is like I know what to expect all the time now. You know what I mean? I've watched you guys rap so much, I almost like know what to expect. Where like it's refreshing. I love going to the Ground Zero events, man, and seeing the young kids. Because
shout out to Jeezy.
It's almost like a shot in the dark. Sometimes people can be horrible, but then you find that diamond in the rough that makes it all worth it. So it's cool.
Yeah.
100%.
Dope.
That's what was always so good about freestyle battle events back in the day, right? It's like you would never know who was in it. Just 32 people would show up. Half them would be horrible, and then like once the rounds start thinning out, you start getting to the good people. You start realizing,
to the top.
Yeah. Facts. Yeah, man. KOTD in the building.
Sir,
round 2.
Organic.
Yeah, we love hip hop in the
Gully
building,
TK.
Round 2.
Yeah, man. Round 2.
Sorry, can I get an uncle question in here?
Yeah. Guts.
We're talking about platforms. Would you guys do like a KOD on OnlyFans?
A KOTD on OnlyFans?
Yeah.
What would I sell?
OnlyFans, yeah. OnlyFans on battle on. With battles, battles on OnlyFans.
Like that OnlyFans was for like.
Well, you can get away with
I feel like a thought promoting that, man.
That shit would get canceled.
Straight.
He's
get kicked off Twitch.
That shit would get canceled.
Yeah, it might be a brand conflict of interest.
Yeah, that's funny, man.